Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes. And please, no one ever take anything on this channel as being medical or legal advice.
We are not doctors nor lawyers.
Word for the wise, do not insert your penis in an AC outlet.
That actually is good advice.
I want to know who's got one small enough to fit.
Yeah.
Trump.
No.
Could be.
No,
Good one, Mage.
No, his head is bigger than that.
Yeah, I kind of wonder what's going to happen now that he's not just committing war crimes against his own citizens, but he's committing war crimes against the head of state of other nations.
Oh, but he's a dictator, and we're bringing freedom so we can steal their oil. Wait! Oh, we didn't mean to say that last part.
Give it a few months and he'll try to take Greenland, I'm sure. He said talked about, 2 months.
I heard that possibly his next target is Cuba.
Yeah, Cuba, then possibly Greenland. What are the excuses going to be for Greenland?
I will be so pissed if he fucking does something to Greenland. I mean, that's way across the line for me.
I'm waiting for Trump to lose it while he's live and say he's going to going to invade Puerto Rico.
That was like Alex Jones claiming that Texas was being invaded by Obama and the UN.
Okay, so in the side chat, mostly was Commander commenting. I saw one there from Molly, and now we've got Demon Orb.
Hello,
Molly, hi, Demon Orb.
Hello.
It's nice to know a demon personally, you know that?
Yep.
I always thought I was the only one.
Yeah, I never qualified for demon status.
By the
Because
way,
I occasionally do something nice for people.
I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene on The View this morning. You know, today's the first day that she's not a congresswoman.
Yep.
And I missed part of it because I wasn't paying close enough attention. But I believe that she apologized for her behavior towards transgender people.
Oh,
or
did
some of
you?
the things she said.
That
That's
would be a
interesting.
surprise.
Yeah, it didn't sound like a total mea culpa, and suddenly becoming an ally or anything like that. But it sounded like she realized that she did something bad towards transgender people that she has to undo.
That's more than I would expect from her.
Well,
Yeah.
no, please check the sources. I missed a chunk of it, and I don't exactly know the details.
Yeah, we'll have to look into that.
She's still a cunt.
Oh, yeah.
We're still going to use the Jewish space laser on her and
Real Death Star.
It still shows we've got something seriously wrong with our election system.
You
That
think?
people like that can get elected to a federal office.
Well, but no. I mean, you're supposed to represent your constituency, and she represents the attitudes down in her district. Her whole district is red as a fucking beet.
Yeah.
the chairwoman of the RNC in her county is a flat earther.
Oh, jeez.
Now that should just be disallowed.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay, and we've got Slim Cyborg.
Hey, Slim.
And Ivy is checking to make sure that Ned doesn't get out of line.
What?
Ivy's in the side chat checking on you.
Is she?
Yes, she is.
That Ivy, she
Sure.
gets around so much. It's like
Yeah.
she's some kind of trollop.
Ivy trauma, she gives me trauma.
Well, about an hour or so, I outed myself as being a leftist here.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I had to just go into the building's community room to get a shopping cart, and they were watching something on TV about ICE.
oh, jeez.
ICE murdered a woman in Minneapolis this morning.
Oh, yeah, they shot her in the face.
Oh shit, I didn't hear about that one.
Innocent spectator.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there
she
were
was in
two
her
people
car.
in there who were, rooting for him and, saying that it was a good thing ICE was cleaning things up type stuff.
Yeah.
And I was trying to walk out, but one of them asked me what I thought.
Well, I think that ICE is just a horrible, bad, terrible thing, and everything
Yeah.
they're doing is illegal, and you're a big fucking cunt.
Yeah, well, I basically said I thought ICE was overboard, and and she was saying, that they're making things safer, and
No, they aren't.
I said they're arresting the wrong people. It's got nothing to do with who commits crimes. They're just arresting brown people.
Yeah, they even had over a dozen Native Americans get detained or harassed.
Yep.
They've detained active duty U.S. soldiers demanding proof of citizenship.
Active
Yeah.
duty on their way to the base with an ID in hand.
Yeah.
And passport.
Yeah, that's one of the problems, that there have been a number of instances of them stopping someone and someone showing their ID and them, throwing the ID away or saying they just don't care.
Who guarantees that these are ICE people?
Yeah, that's a good thing. There's been a lot of impersonators.
Yeah.
Everyone can get these stuff and put big letters of ICE on it and rob a bank or something. Because, yeah, I don't know.
I hadn't thought of that.
Yep.
Oh, thanks for the idea, Ned.
No.
The money has immigrated to the United States illegally, and you're here to get it? But he was talking about dressing up like an ICE agent robbing a bank.
Yeah.
I've heard convenience stores being robbed that way.
Or just robbing people on the street.
Yeah. Well, also, since ICE has been making people disappear, I am worried about what's to stop a guy from dressing up as an ICE agent and just, arresting a woman and basically kidnapping her and doing whatever he wants.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that's already happened.
Yep, numerous times.
ICE just grabbing people they disagree with. So I wonder what ICE would do with me because I don't exactly match my passport very much.
Careful.
Yeah, they'd be picking you up before you got out of the airport.
Yeah, me waking up every morning and looking at Twitter.
Yeah. Regrettably accurate.
Twitter has always been a cesspool.
Yeah.
Yep, and it keeps getting worse.
But I like cesspools.
But just how deep can the American IQ go?
So,
How
since
deep
they
go?
told Grok to say it's not Mecha Hitler, has it been claiming to be Mussolini now?
Napoli.
I don't know. I haven't been on X in since July.
Last I heard, it was programmed to kiss Elon Musk's ass.
Yeah.
All I can say is that Luigi aimed at the wrong person.
Mm.
Well,
Believe me.
no, he definitely made a big point with who he took out.
And we have a godless granny in there, and a slim cyborg.
Hi, Kelly.
Jur.
Hi, Aunt Jer.
Hi, Granny. Hi, Jer.
See, well, we haven't even talked about the topic today. What is it? The Bobbleheads?
Yep.
Something?
Bobbleheads? Or Bubblehead?
Yep, it's Bobblehead Day.
Oh.
Oh.
I
I
have
saw
no idea
Bobblehead.
why, but it came up, and I figured, okay, I can run with that one. It's not too serious.
Okay, people can. Finally, there's someone who can explain me what a bubblehead is.
It's a little toy thing. It has a big head on a spring, and the thing just bobbles back and forth.
Oh, like these things these taxi drivers have on their.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Learn everything. I learn anything every day.
I found a site. I don't remember its official name. I think it was something like bobbleheads.com, and they feature primarily sports bobbleheads, but there's other areas that they've turned into bobbleheads, like the one I want. In Milwaukee, a number of years ago, a boat, somebody's boat, a fairly large, like a 30-40 foot power boat, cruise kind of boat, got knocked off its moorings and in a big storm got washed up onto shore, and it was in such a position that they could not get it off, and so they let it sit there because there's no law that you got to take it away right away. And it just sat there deteriorating, and it became a target for graffiti, of course, and all the stuff. And it just kind of got into Milwaukeeans' heart, and everybody, oh, our boat, kind of thing. Well, they made that into a bobblehead, right down to the accurate graffiti. But I'm not going to spend $30 on something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are sites that will make custom bobbleheads. So like we could do merch. We could send in all of our avatars and have them make bobbleheads of all of us.
I'm disappointed. The JD Vance bobblehead just looks like his normal head.
Yeah.
He has a bubblehead.
Antjer wants some facts, like when bobbleheads were invented. Now, Antjer, that would require me to do some research, and that completely defeats the whole point of my streams. That these are supposed to be done with no effort.
That's what you should have me for.
Looking up the holidays takes me too long.
Let's see here. During the 17th century, a figurine of Buddha and another religious figure is called Temple Nodder. Were produced in Asia. The earliest known Western reference is to a bobblehead. It is thought to be in Nicholas Gogol's 1842 short story, The Overcoat.
They go back to the 17th century?
Apparently.
I'm surprised. I thought they would have just, been a 20th century thing.
Could you grab the photo that I just uploaded to the chat?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm trying to grab something to eat here while we're chatting. I had 2 appointments this morning and, wasn't sure if I was going to get back here in time.
Many of the bobbleheads in the U.S. were produced in Germany, with an increase in import during the 1920s and 1930s. And
Yeah, well,
by the
that's when I thought, they were first invented, was like the 1930s.
it's probably when they became really kind of mass-produced kind of thing. Looks like it.
Ivy's volunteering to be a bobblehead.
When I was a little kid, I wanted a Hank Aaron bobblehead when he was with the Milwaukee Braves. I can I can see it in my head clearly from way back then. It was neat.
I wish that would happen.
They should offer a service where they do a 3D print of your face or your head and put it on a bobblehead for you.
I'm pretty sure they have that.
No,
Do
that's
they?
what I was saying. Yeah, there are companies that'll do that.
I would think that would sell big time.
So we have your image up here.
Yeah. In the Western Hemisphere news, security forces of a peace-loving democracy invaded a neighboring country and arrested its corrupt dictator. And then there's Trump, let me go. The total witch hunt. And that's kind of like the legal precedent Trump is setting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I've been hearing the example of what if China decided to bomb DC and arrest Trump and bring him over to China? So
We'd have a
Well,
party.
China and Russia are both watching because they're thinking that, this gives them permission to invade any country they want.
basically, in a way, it is kind of giving him permission. This is the big danger with all this.
That's why, the rest of the world can't just sit back and not do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but what
has a
can they do?
taste for blood now.
Yeah, I don't know, but, it's like, at this point, putting sanctions against the U.S. is pointless because Trump's tariffs have already pretty much implemented that.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that picture from that I uploaded?
Oh, that wasn't your uploaded?
I didn't see anything on the screen.
I already put up your thing with the
Oh,
Trump.
that was the thing that I put up.
Oh, that was your thing you put up? Okay, then I don't see anything you uploaded.
It's in the X chat.
There's nothing there.
Oh, nonsense. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in the wrong one. My fault.
Bashaka?
Okay, it's there now.
I heard that do.
Sorry, that was me.
I got it.
You got it? Okay.
Okay.
I can't do what I used to do to show these because something's fucked up on X more.
There it is. Okay.
Can you enlarge it at all?
Not under. I'd have to. I can save it and enlarge it.
Yeah.
But do this the way she's doing it.
Yeah, the way I'm showing it, I can't.
Well, that's the Milwaukee boat bobblehead.
Yep.
Save.
Deep
See if
thought.
if I trying to do it where if I just pull it into its own little image thing, the way I used to, it doesn't show up right for some reason. Now what the hell is it?
Okay. Let me.
Let's try.
It's not a very good photograph, that's for sure.
I got it.
Okay.
Let's see here.
If you want it done right, don't have me do it.
There we are, and I can blow it up now. Not the way Trump blows things up.
I was going to say, the boat sat there for so long. Deep
Let me-
thought.
Well, quite a lot of detail in this.
Hi, Molly.
Yeah, it really is funny. I wish I could afford it. Milwaukee has this habit of wanting things stuck in the lake. For decades and decades and decades, there was a intake of water pumping station intake that was, oh gosh, it was like 30, 40, 50 feet wide, a big circular thing. It stood maybe 10, 12 feet out of the water, and it was a good half-mile offshore. It was water intake for the city.
Mm-hmm.
And so one year in the 60s, late 60s, somebody went out there and painted graffiti on it that just said love. And it got to be known as Love Rock, even though, of course, wasn't a rock. And it was just there during all through the hippie eras, and that's just, nobody thought of it of anything other than Love Rock. And sadly, they had to finally remove it. I don't know why. They improved the intake system or something, but they should have just left that there as a monument to itself. Really, it was. I miss it. I wish Love Rock was still there. And there was lots of protest people saying no, save Love Rock, and and they're serious. They really wanted it to be saved.
I can see that.
Makes sense.
And I don't know why, because it was just sitting there. It's inoperable. It's not intaking or or exhausting anything. Just let it sit there. It doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah, there was probably some legal requirement, though, that if it was no longer in service, they need to remove it.
Maybe.
So Granny's asking, do I want to go fishing or rob a stagecoach?
Why
I
not
could
both?
robbing a stagecoach, but it might be kind of hard to find one.
Are you in Alabama? Yeah, you're in Alabama. I didn't know that they had fish down in Alabama.
People put their hands down holes, and the fish bite your hand, and you pull it out, and it's called noodling.
Isn't there a stagecoach out us?
Or maybe there was supposed to be a space there, and maybe what Granny meant is, like going to a talent show and, holding up some of the people that are standing off the sides of the stage, giving the contestants instructions.
Must be stagecoach.
Yeah, that was too far to go for it.
Yeah.
I think they should put together an acting troupe of seniors. And they can do various things like you get at a school play in elementary school. Give all those old people something to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I am wondering about this, that when the next president is elected, can't he turn all these people over to an international court?
They should.
And yes, Trump did make a statement that he wants to cancel the elections.
Yes,
No
he did.
surprise there.
Wow.
I know. I've been saying that that's what he's going to do for the last year or so.
So, I have a couple bobblehead related things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Um,
Fine, if you want to be on topic.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hello.
Journey, you're a
So-
top?
Topic and top are two different things.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So you had me pegged as a bottom, huh?
No, I didn't have you pegged either way. I never pegged people until this day. Well, being pegged is a good thing, actually.
See what you came into, Stephanie?
Yeah,
I know about this. It might have been a poor decision.
So back in the early aughts, there was a cable channel, just about racing and gearhead stuff called Speed Vision, and one of the on-air personalities, a guy named Dave Despain. He had a weekly live call-in show called Wind Tunnel, and he'd talk about racing news, and he would also ask viewers to submit home videos of whatever their local racing action was, and he had heard about the figure eight races at this place called Shakopee or Shakopee or whatever raceway park, and could somebody get footage of that and send it in? So I went to that.
Would that have been Shakopee?
Yes. And I borrowed my brother's.
Isn't that what men do when they pee in the urinal? They shake it.
No, Shakopee is when a guy pees on an electric fence.
And they say if you shake it too much, you're playing with it.
Yeah, men always play with it.
So anyways, I borrowed my my brother's camcorder, and I went there and I filmed it, and I sent it in to the FedExed it to the network, and I hadn't interacted with him first to let him know, so he was kind of surprised. Oh wow, hey, this came right out of the blue. And he aired that, and he gave his commentary on my journalistic attempt, and he said, oh, he told us how to pronounce Shakopee and took half the fun out of it. And at the end of it, he says, send your stuff in. We're dying to make fun of you too. And they gave me a frameable certificate and a bobblehead of the host of the show. So that's and I have that around the house somewhere, but I couldn't find it in time to put it on camera. That's my first bobblehead story, and the second bobblehead story relates to the reason why, even though I moved to Minnesota from Georgia 25 years ago, I'm still a Braves fan, and that relates to, I believe, the 91 World Series. And there was a controversial play where Ron Gant was the Braves runner, and let's see, was it Kirby Puckett?
And the Union Gap?
Yeah.
And they substituted a bobblehead for that game?
No. They I think it was I think it was Kirby Puckett that tagged Ron Gant out, but he did it by picking Ron Gant up off the base, which, because the refs blew the call that went ahead as an out. But I've had a thing against the Braves ever since, and then it was like either the 20th or 25th anniversary of that play. They released a bobblehead commemorating that play. So I'm like, okay, I feel completely justified hanging on to that grudge forever.
My most favorite play I've ever seen in baseball was during the World Series. I forget who and who. Whoever Reggie Jackson was playing for at the time. And he was a base runner. And they were getting into like a pinch play of like a 1-2 double, getting people out. And Reggie Jackson stood there on the base, and there was a line driver. It was a toss to the baseman. I don't remember exactly, but he crouches over a little bit and sticks his ass out into the line of travel for the ball, and bounces off his ass. So the runner would be safe. I forget what the ruling on the call was or anything, but it was so funny that they got such a perfect video of it, very close up, and you can see the expression on his face while he's, watch this, folks, sticks his butt out, and very, very funny to watch.
And hello, Robin. Stop stupidity.
My favorite play in baseball was damn Yankees. In fact, that's the only play I can think of that was baseball.
Damn Yankees didn't start a band.
Damn Yankees was a stage play.
It was also a band.
Ah.
It was a dead Yankee. It was, yeah, damn Yankees. Yeah, it was a band.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ned, I think they were named after the play.
That's possible. That was a band.
Yeah.
And they had this clip, and there was these guys sitting on a porch, and all the band was playing there. And they said, "What is that racket? What is that?" Well, it's just those damn Yankees. And that was the band. Yeah.
By the way, Jernell, have you know that I hate the Atlanta Braves with all my heart, and
All right,
probably always will, because you guys, or those guys, Atlanta stole our Milwaukee Braves, and that's the only reason they got a baseball team, is because they stole our team.
Right. Well, Milwaukee stole my Boston Braves, so you can go right to hell.
So we got a three-way rivalry here. Okay.
You weren't even born when they left.
Well, that's really holding a grudge if she's holding it from a past life.
They stole the Braves in 67, 68, something like that. So I was an adolescent, and it was a very meaningful, how dare you do this to us.
Sounds like the Braves are hoes.
Probably. But at that age, I also did not understand it was all about money. And so.
Yep.
And besides, we have the Milwaukee Brewers now, which at that time were actually a AAA farm team. I think the Seattle Pilots.
Yeah, the Milwaukee Brewers were not a major league team.
We had a farm club in Milwaukee at the time that was the Brewers, and so they just kind of merged that team structure and everything with them. So that's why they got that name. Of course, those are the days when Milwaukee produced more beer than anybody on earth.
Yeah, was an
Tell by all the
appropriate name.
people laying on the street.
Now, see, and that's one of the things that bugs me. When they move sports teams around, shouldn't they adopt a new name that, is something signifying that the new city that they're in?
Well, I don't know. If you keep the same names, at least everybody keeps in mind who to hate.
Yeah, kind of like the Tennessee Titans. Their name when they first moved from Houston was still the Tennessee Oilers. Because of Tennessee's oil industry.
Yeah, well, why is the LA team still the Lakers?
Because
the Lakers, because it was originally a Minneapolis team.
They have a lake in California.
Yeah, and there's lots of dry lake beds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Minnesota should have been able to use that name when they got another basketball team.
I don't know. I kind of like Timberwolves.
Yeah, Timberwolves is still a good name.
Oh my God! I saw this video the other day. I think I loaded it up to the chat of somebody's filming out their back door kind of thing, and there's a shitload of snow on the ground and a fence, and you really can't tell how tall the fence is, but it looks like it's probably a 4 or 5 foot tall fence. And out of the background, being that you couldn't see, being blocked by the fence, slowly a moose emerges, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and pretty soon it's like twice the size of the fence, and it's like, holy fuck, these things are huge. For you city people out there, do not ever fuck with a moose. Do not ever. They can run 40 miles an hour in the snow, and they're 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, I encountered one crossing the highway in a snowstorm up in Michigan. And we just stopped a reasonable distance back and just waited for it, because literally the damn thing was bigger than my car. That's when I still had the Ford Focus hatchback. But, it's like the moose's back was even with the roof of my car.
There's another video that's circulating currently of a moose, and it's like somebody on the highway pulled over to watch the moose, and moose is standing directly next to the car on the driver's side, and then just kind of gives the car a look like, fuck you, and puts his head down and moves the whole fucking car sideways.
I saw that.
Oh man.
And we lived near Lion Country Safari. My mom never wanted to drive her car into Lion Country, and that's exactly why.
Yeah.
Yes, Stop the Stupid. They used to be the Acme Packers. That was back what they were founded under. And the Acme Packers was the Acme Packing Company, a bunch of meat packers. So their logo used to be a meat cleaver with blood on it. No, that's not true.
I have a question. What is plural of moose?
Moose.
Mooses?
Moose.
Moose.
Moose is
Kind of
a
like
fall.
deer.
Yeah.
English is weird.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Actually, I
weird.
think plural of moose is pretty much anything they want it to be.
Yes,
Because
English is.
if there's more than one of them there, you're not going to argue with them.
English is weird and confusing.
I saw one in the Muppet
Governor
Show once.
Waltz from Minnesota is about to go on the mic and talk about this fatal shooting.
Of ice.
It was reckless and it was not self-defense.
There's sadly going to be more of this shit.
I
Yeah.
think it's a good thing that in California they have banned the face coverings for any public agent or something.
Can't hear you, whoever you are.
It is not allowed in California for law officers or something to wear face masks.
Yeah, that just went into effect on the 1st.
Hmm.
Can you get closer to your mic?
I don't even know what mic I use. Does this make difference? No.
Let me see if I can. My laptop still keeps choosing the wrong mic.
Stop the Stupid was saying for a school trip, we camped without tents, and I woke up with a moose standing over me. Yeah, I definitely don't want to be that close to one.
Mm-hmm. I saw one in the Muppet Show once. That was Mickey Mouse.
Oh, jeez, that was bad.
Yeah, but it was really because they were saying that Mickey Mouse was coming, but everyone that came, but they always spelled it wrong. So Mickey Mouse came. Look at the Muppet Show.
Here's the footage of the murder. They don't show anything graphic in this, but.
Get the fuck out of our neighborhood!
What the fuck? Dude, what the fuck? Dude, you did a murder for what?
So any statement from the feds? Are they going to claim that these guys weren't actually ICE agents?
I can't help but think back to 1770 and a little scene in front of the
Boston.
in front of the so that's the very thing. These bastards.
Yeah, they're scum. I think that they're just sorted out like they want sociopaths and they put an ad for sociopaths. So
$100 million hiring campaign.
I can tell you, if it was the last job on earth, I wouldn't do it.
They literally are scum because they've been having such trouble recruiting new ICE agents that they have basically just dismissed all the requirements and they'll take anyone.
And let's see what the comments say here.
They've been having people that, have gotten into the training program for ICE before they got around to doing their background check and finding out that they were convicted criminals. One guy asked to be excused for a day from the training for his court case, which involved an armed robbery.
Jesus Christ.
And let's see here. We have stupid liberals. She dry aped at the armed officer. See exactly what happened. It's all her fault. Using vehicles, weapons, with terrorists do. Fact of the matter. Thank you, you Twitter.
Hi, Tori. Oh.
Hello, Joey.
Oh, this isn't a bad idea. I'm once again reminding you that a searchable database of all ICE agents should be available to the public.
Yep. Yeah, members of the public should be able to identify all law enforcement agents.
Yeah. But I hope that when this is over, that all these ICE agents can be held accountable for what they did. Because what they don't know is that they can be identified by their eyes. So it has absolutely no sense. They already have the software for it.
Use the images high resolution app.
Hello, Porpoise.
Hi, Porpoise.
Hello. Athena, you know what the rules are.
That's still not the fence.
No, that's the cat.
No, I'm just looking at another video. It's a little bit more close up of the thing. They're claiming a new video clear review of ICE agent in defending himself in Minnesota, forced to kill woman who tried to run him over. If he okay, so the argument is that he was standing in front of the vehicle and she drove off, and he shot her through the windshield in her face, and that's what killed her. Yeah, even if that would not have that's not self-defense, and even if it was trying to stop her, or you would still gotten run over if that was the case.
Yep.
That's not an argument.
Athena, look over this way. Show your face, Athena.
There's a kitty.
Or not. Is that on my end? Oh no, that's Stephanie.
She's muted.
What is that? Hold on, let me see something.
It ain't me.
Don't think that's you.
I was just listening to the news conference, and it sounds like Walz is mobilizing or preparing to mobilize the National Guard to protect the citizens of Minnesota.
Oh, great. I'm sure a civil war is exactly what we need in this country.
Yeah, this may be the trigger. Who knows?
Is that on my...
Yeah, well, the video, the Robin, the video, as we all saw, does not say that. The woman's wife was in the car with her, and so we have a full blown witness there, and there was lots of people around at the time. These fuckers are going down on this one.
All right, that should be better. I see what happened.
I won't play the whole thing, but you can show what this is. What they're talking about. How with what I was just talking and saying. So, see this guy right here is what they're talking about. So this guy.
Yeah, that's not being rammed.
So there's this guy pulling his gun. Yeah, like I said, even if she was trying to ram him, shooting her in the face isn't going to stop the car.
Well, and he pulled his gun before she shifted the car into forward. The car was going in reverse when he pulled his gun out.
Screw you. I'm not going to listen to you.
Well, we all know they're going to try to spin it in such a way that these are brave ICE officer heroes. It's like,
Yep.
It's like no one's buying it anymore. You need to stop the lie.
It's really unfair for Minnesota. This whole little baby adolescent journalist Nick Shirley and his bullshit about the daycares.
Okay, it's not on my end.
That caused a freezing of the funds for childcare for 5 different states, all blue states, by the way. It's just this administration and the right wingers are just motherfucking pieces of shit.
I thought it was for all states.
No, it's only 5 that I've seen that are being affected. Apparently, they're going to force every state to review every recipient of child care monies as to whether or not they're legitimate, and that's going to take a long time. One of the states is California.
And the whole thing is based on bullshit anyway. The original thing that started it was a guy going to a daycare that was closed at the time.
Yeah, and even beyond that, all the fraud that they're talking about occurred back during Trump's first administration, and was fully investigated by the state of Minnesota. 92 people were tried and either tried or are on trial now, convicted, tossed in prison. And the white woman, not Somali, the white woman who engineered the whole fraud case was convicted, and she's in jail. It's just such total bullshit.
Yeah.
But my miniature bubble blower is working.
Bubble blower's good.
Why are blowing bubbles so much fun?
I'm not sure.
It's relaxing.
Mine just when we were kids.
When I turned 40, somebody gave me some bubbles.
I once dated this woman named Bubbles. So I had that experience where I wasn't blowing bubbles, but bubbles were blowing me. All right, that's a total lie. I was just making that up.
Yep. I kind of figured that's where that one was going. Oh, you go. So, we're a week into the new year. Has everybody broken the resolutions by now?
I made a resolution not to make resolutions.
Yeah, I gave up making resolutions with Lent.
So are you resolute to never make a resolution?
Yeah. No, one year, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I made a pledge at Lent to no longer make New Year's resolutions.
See,
but the January before that, I had promised not to make any more Lent. What do you call it when you deny something at Lent? Gave up something for Lent. So I'm covered on both ends now.
See, for the last 20 years or so, I've had a very successful strategy that lets me make all my resolutions. I make a resolution to make no other resolution save this one next year. That one's easy to hit.
Okay, now if everybody is giving up things for Lent, who the hell is borrowing all these things?
Congress.
And Jenny, I'm glad to know that you're covered on both ends.
Well, I don't want to get pregnant.
There's a very high number of trans women who do.
Get pregnant?
Yeah. Or at least tell their partners to keep trying.
Yeah. You know,
Granny, there's a legal loophole you may not be aware of, even though you're a sterling lawyer and everything. To make my Lenten pledge, I waited till like 2 minutes into Lent, made the New Year's pledge, and then at the 3-minute mark, made no more Lenten resolutions or whatever.
I don't know what the rest was about, but you know, the nice thing about being asexual is I don't have to worry about it. The downside is if you actually are trying to look for that kind of like lifelong companionship, most people want something you're okay with not having the rest of your life.
So, on Facebook, Bionic Dance had been kind of instigating a massive poke war with a number of people, including myself.
You can still poke people on Facebook?
Yeah. I think they might have brought it back or something. But anyways, or maybe they only just started emphasizing it recently. But so I was kind of enjoying that. And then right around the turn of the year, Kate, Bionic Dan said that it was starting to feel like work, so she was going to stop doing it. And my New Year's resolution was that I'm going to minimize how annoying I am with my poking people, in spite of their not poking me back.
Yes, I see a cat right here.
Kitty.
However, I think you're referring to Ned McGrant.
Yeah.
Athena.
Yeah. You want to see a cat? So I produced a cat.
That's a sister.
Okay. Did I do something I wasn't supposed to? Is that why you bit me, Athena?
Okay, there's Ned's cat.
Or are you trying to get me to play Athena?
Oh, that's a cat that just knows they're like completely safe.
Ned's cat is dead.
No, it was moving around earlier.
Yep. No, the kitty just knows, it's completely safe and relaxed. Knows that nobody's going to be bothering him.
The cat has the most ridiculous sleeping position.
I think in order to quit something, you really do have to start it. Just by definition of quitting.
Oh, there's an idea for a New Year's resolution. I can light a cigarette 1 minute before midnight on New Year's Eve and then make a resolution to quit smoking. Is it okay if I just light it and I don't actually take a drag off of it? Because that would be disgusting.
Well, I never smoked.
Yeah, in order to do that, I'd have to actually acquire cigarettes in the first place.
I think Athena says my next year's resolution should be learning to lick myself clean so I don't have to shower anymore.
Look, you can always light yourself on fire and then do a resolution to quit smoking.
Joe Rogan can teach you some on that, I think.
Well, I don't know. I do know that if every machine is a smoke machine if you operate it improperly enough.
That's right. You abuse a machine and the smoke leaks out.
At least that wasn't as bad as like the fire drill we had like before, after, right? It was like the week before Thanksgiving break at work where the theater classes had a fog machine that set off the smoke alarm.
That's the hand of God.
Sorry, you're too late. We covered the bobbleheads.
I mean, they're one of my favorite ways to get permanent buffs in Fallout games.
Well, I heard
76.
Well, I heard Joe Rogan mention there's a bobblehead for you.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Rogan was the least interesting character on news radio.
Well, I did make a New Year's resolution more than 10 years ago that I still haven't broken. I made a resolution to stop skating backwards in the bathtub while eating avocado dip. Honestly, it wasn't that hard to do. I'm not that big on avocados.
I could never skate backwards. I always wanted to because my mom could do it.
I could never
Never.
skate backwards either.
I could
I've
never
been
skate
banned.
at all.
Sorry, I've been told that I should never skate.
I'm Dutch and I have never learned to skate. I just can't.
Oh, resist stop. Please do that. And be sure to give it the proper German uniform.
Has anyone ever seen Stephen Miller in direct sunlight?
No, he will burst into flames.
I
Who's
mean,
Stephen Miller?
Stephen Miller, aka Nazi Ferratu.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, he's the I believe the chief of staff for Trump.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Yep.
And domestic policy chief.
Yeah, he
See.
does have a Nazi.
Yeah. He and his wife are really trying on that Joe and Magda thing like a little bit too much, I think.
I'm
Doesn't
just gonna-
work out.
You know, if I
I
ever
think-
met that guy in person, I don't know if I could restrain myself.
Oh, I don't think any. I mean, it might get you in trouble, but punching him is just a public service.
Well, he's a Nazi.
I understand the feeling, Jenny. I worry about what I'd do if I ever encounter an ICE agent.
Same. If I saw them trying to abduct somebody, I don't know what I'd do.
I know they just want somebody to, do something like that.
And you know, those crosses Caroline Levitt wears, they're not a fashion statement. They're to ward off Stephen Miller.
Nice.
Did you see, since we mentioned Joe Rogan, and did you see his little stupidity here? Fact check chart, it does not show drug overdose deaths dropping off a cliff in 2025 under Trump.
Oh yeah, I wrote him a nasty tweet about that. He used a chart that covered the drug use rates during the Biden administration.
Yeah,
And he
here's
was
the
not
chart.
give him credit. He was not the first to make this mistake. Somebody in the Trump administration started waving around this chart and to show how the drug use have gone down under Trump.
Yeah,
Except the chart stops at 2024.
yeah. Here's the chart we were looking at right now.
Yep.
So he was saying, "Oh, it goes down in 2025. That's Trump. Well, no, Trump didn't take office till after 25. It stops at 2025. So this is going down under Biden here." I mean, he's looking right at the damn chart too.
Joe
So-
Rogan can barely tie his own shoes.
Joe Rogan thinks Terrence Howard is a genius.
Yeah.
That's enough said.
Well, another thing we're running up to, when they reopened the government in September, that was only passing a budget for 90 days. So I'm not sure of the date, but it's going to run out this month.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
So
We're facing another government shutdown.
Yeah, if they can't approve a new budget, by whatever date this month, then the government could shut down again.
Speaking of one of the most optimistically hopeful things, I wish weren't so detached from reality. I saw an article speculating that Congress was going to remove Trump in March.
There's been some talks about impeachment. It also depends on whether Democrats can get control.
Oh, I honestly, at this point, I don't think he should be removed under impeachment. He needs to be removed under the 25th. It's not going to happen, but that's what it should be.
Yeah, but what will it do?
Well,
Then we get Mike Pence. Or the other one, this idiot he has now, not Mike Pence, the other one.
Yeah,
we'll get J.D.
Vance.
next.
Yeah.
J.D. Vance, yeah. So,
in this country, refer to him by its proper title, Sophrophiliac Vance.
Show's over.
He changes his name more often than a transgender person.
I mean, the only good thing you can say about him is he's spineless, has no backbone or soul.
But he is Peter Thiel and Curtis Yarvin's #1 guy.
I'm sure you could buy him out if you had enough money.
I don't think so. I think he's a committed Nazi, and he will go to any lengths to promote that.
I don't think
situation.
he is. Especially after calling Trump America's Hitler. I think he's just going to sell out to the highest bidder.
I call him Don Dolph Trumpler.
Well, that's why we need to impeach Trump, is because if we impeach Trump and are able to convict him in the Senate, we can remove the entire administration, all of them, including the cabinet.
That would be good, and then bring them all to The Hague.
Oh, I think there are definitely cabinet members there are votes to remove right now. I don't think Hegseth is that popular.
Yeah, well, after the whole Venezuela thing, with him causing international incidents, I'm sure that's making a lot of people in Congress feel very uneasy about him.
And the guy basically needs to check himself into an AA meeting, from what I've heard about him. So he belongs in alcohol rehab, not in the White House.
Really, I didn't know that alcohol was an issue for him.
Oh God, he's a full-blown alcoholic. He made the promise during the hearings that I won't drink any alcohol during my term. Why would somebody have to make that statement?
You're talking about Hegseth, not Trump. Yeah.
Yes,
Trump doesn't drink.
No, doesn't drink. Does no drugs.
Okay.
Drunk and pee.
He did, according to his chief of staff. He does, according to his chief of staff, have an alcoholic personality, quote unquote. And as she said, I should know. My dad was Pat Summerall. It's like, oh man. Oh, these people. They're just horrible people.
I have stopped drinking, but for me it was just an economic measure.
I have to step out for a minute.
Okay. That since Sammy's son is starting to have medical issues, it's suddenly costing a lot more to feed him.
Well, there's rumors that Trump is a speed freak. I don't know how true they are.
I would believe. Adderall. I think he's Adderall.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because, I mean, that rumor is tied into the fact that many people think he's also incontinent through his Adderall abuse.
Is that one of the side effects of it?
I have no idea, but the whole idea that he's incontinent is something I just try to avoid because he's an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, that's why I haven't commented on. I haven't commented on his incontinence, but I did not get when MAGA people started that campaign of real men wear diapers. That was just
Porpoise, what you
Yeah.
said, he's an 80
Was that real?
That is incorrect.
Yes, that was real.
He's an 80-year-old child.
He's an 80-year-old man-child.
Yep.
But the point is, like, systems start... We know that systems in the body start breaking down long before that.
Yeah, well, he also has definitely shown signs of dementia.
Malignant narcissism. Being a blithering idiot.
Yep.
But this guy needs to be in front of the tribunal because already so many people have died because of his regime. And he should be held accountable for that. And his administration. And his cronies. And all these ICE guys. Just like happened on Nuremberg. He is he's a political criminal.
I don't think I think he may have set a dangerous precedent by kidnapping Maduro.
Yeah, and I would think that, all of the military personnel who were involved in that should also be taken to trial.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they should have all realized that it was an illegal order and none of them should have been willing to follow it.
I would encourage Prime Minister Carney to repeat the exploits of 1812 at the White House.
Yeah.
What I worry is this is just speculation. I don't hope it doesn't happen, but what I worry is someone is going to say, it's like, hey, if you're going to do this to like foreign leaders, we're just going to nab some members of your cabinet and take them before The Hague. Probably won't happen. But
I think Canada should mobilize and come and kidnap Trump, take him away, and give him to the International Criminal Court.
You know what? The International Criminal Court is recognized by all the countries in the world, almost all the countries.
I can think of one that doesn't recognize it.
Except the United States, because if you put someone on trial before the International Court of Justice, and that is an American, and it is an important American, they have reserved the right to free this guy with military force. So they really shit on justice.
The ICC has the power if a non-member commits a crime in the state of another who is a member or a signatory or whatever, that they can arrest that person and try them even though they are not a member themselves.
Yeah, but
Venezuela is a signer on the pact, so he can be arrested.
You don't understand what I mean. It is Americans. If an American comes for the International Court of Justice, and it is an important American, the American government reserves the right to free this person that's on trial with military force. That is, they will invade the Netherlands to free this guy. They don't respect justice at all. They say they have their mouths full with justice, but they don't respect it at all. That is something that is real. When the International Court of Justice was founded, that was the first thing that the Americans said. If we wanted to try a very important American official for that court, they would come with military force to free that person. No other country has said that.
Well, I also don't understand what the plan was. Well, with sorry, I'm forgetting his name already, the president of Venezuela.
Oh, Maduro,
but yeah, that Trump was bringing him to the U.S. to put him on trial, and how did any U.S. laws apply to him for things that he did when he was not in a U.S. territory?
they don't.
Only
But also,
only the international court has jurisdiction in that. And
Yeah, so I didn't understand what the plan was to put him on trial, how this was supposed to work.
it's a show trial.
but also keep in mind the most important thing about Trump attacking Venezuela, and that is that Trump is in the Epstein files.
Yeah, of course. And have you heard the latest thing? There is someone who has a copy of the Epstein files. And I bet there are more copies of the Epstein files.
Well, Epstein's estate has been releasing things here and there.
There's a darn good chance that the Venezuelan guy can get off. I mean, the Justice Department's so fucking incompetent that there's a real good chance that the judge is going to say, hey, you know.
Yeah, but Trump will ignore it anyway. Like the Supreme Court already has turned themselves against Trump, and he just ignores it.
Oh, yeah. You know, he has violated a number of court orders, and they haven't done anything about it.
Mm.
Which, you know, what I would like to see, you know, is people are feeling like, you know, there's nothing that they can do about Trump. But what I would like to see one of the judges do is the federal court judge does have the authority to freeze all of his family's personal assets until he complies with the court's ruling.
Yeah, that would be something. Because if you arrest him and bring him to court, I will guarantee you will have a civil war there.
Well,
Because
Congress,
all these MAGAs and all these idiots, all these white supremacists, they will use their Second Amendment and they will start a war.
Al Qaeda isn't really as big a threat as you think it is. And yes, I'm going to call.
If you need it.
I'm going to call them Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Not Talibama.
I think Al Qaeda is more appropriate because it's more expansive geographic area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah, there aren't really a lot of them, but they are heavily armed.
Yeah. And I once wrote a song that I had Ivy so-called sing, Trump's American Taliban, and it is coming true. And I have made a meme with the elephant of the Republicans with Republican in their mirror upside down, and Republican the letters Republican replaced by Taliban.
Well, if there's any good news, I think Trump's power largely waned. The Republican Party realized it's like, yeah, he's getting too old. His cognitive is slipping, and a lot of them are just saying it's like, we need to move on from you.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what I was thinking, that, you know, he's gone so far as to thinking that he can get away with doing international crimes. And I would think at that point that more of the people who have been going with him, you know, would be defecting now and deciding that they don't want to take a chance of being implicated for any of this stuff.
Actually, my favorite thing is you try to invite a lot of the oil companies in to rebuild infrastructure in Venezuela. And most of them are just saying, hell no.
Yep. Yeah, he somehow had the idea that he was going to get the president out of there, and that, you know, a week later we were going to be just shipping the oil out.
I've uploaded a picture of the American Taliban.
Christina, what are you doing?
I made that like 13 years ago.
Nice. Still just as accurate.
Yep.
Yep. And one of Trump's big campaign pledges was no new wars. He was going to get us out of all the wars we were in, and, you know.
Hey, have you seen that he's been remarkably honest about why he invaded Venezuela?
Hey,
He keeps mentioning oil as the primary reason.
Yeah.
Even that is a smokescreen. Because see how honest he is? Yeah, everything to get him away from these Epstein files.
Yeah, well, Congress had a deadline to be releasing more of the Epstein files. And the deadline went by at the end of December. And again, you know, nothing's being done. There's no penalty for them missing the deadline.
Hey, stop abusing that ukulele. This is the proper stemming. This is the way how you tune a ukulele.
Listen, I've only had it a couple days, and I'm trying to find someone locally who offers lessons.
Get the soundtrack from Steven Universe and play that.
I'm also pretty sure it's not the highest quality device either. So,
Good question.
given that it was sold at Books A Million.
This one was very expensive. It cost like 90 euros or something. And it's red.
But I'm sure if I can find someone who can help me, like, figure it out how to do it, that'll be great.
It is red.
It sounded red.
Yeah, it sounds red.
Besides, are you sure it was a ukulele?
Who has a ukulele?
You said stop strumming that ukulele. Are you sure it was a ukulele?
Yeah, I thought it was ukulele. It's the same sound. I have two. This is a tenor ukulele, and also have a soprano ukulele. But you really have to have baby fingers to play on that.
A tenor ukulele, so it had what, 10 or 12 strings?
No, ukulele has only 4 strings. When it has 8 strings, it becomes a mandolin.
Well, mandolins are tuned differently as well.
Yeah, it is still. You have still the same guitar finger setting. Only one is 1 octave higher. Because if you make it lower, it will do like that.
Yes, you are more talented than I am, but that's not in question.
No, I can't help it. I've played guitar for over 63 years now.
Now, if you want to have a programming contest, talk to me.
The programming contest is what?
I don't know, Python, JavaScript.
No, that I can absolutely no knowledge of.
Now, come on, the ukulele wasn't no contest. We all know that Corpus doesn't have any fingers.
Everyone has his talent.
I gave my mom's guitar to my cousin, and over Christmas, he says it plays really well.
Okay, and I'm sensing a punchline here.
No, there's no punchline. It was just my mom had a guitar, her old guitar, and it's been sitting in my closet for like 20 years.
Sorry, it just seemed like a setup for a Sloth Girl joke.
I can tell you, if I remove all my musical instruments from the house would be like 1.5 times bigger inside.
Yeah, Sloth Girl's son took her guitar, and her flute is one of the things that I've got to bring down to present to her aunt. So at the end of this month, I'll be driving back to her hometown to, give her family a bunch of her stuff. Okay, Sammy's son is feeling deprived, so now he is laying on my trackball, and I can't do anything to control the computer. He's just feeling he's not getting enough attention.
Athena, would you like to go play with Sammy Sam? Because it sounds like you two are having the same problem. Except Athena occasionally gets pets. Because she's right where she needs to be to get pets.
Yeah, well, Sammy's getting pets too, but, like I say, now I can't reach my trackball.
She's also in an area where the direct sunlight is coming in, so I'm sure she likes that too. Oh, I'm sorry, Athena. Did I stroke something I wasn't supposed to?
Well, I made the window ledge a foot wide so I could put a couple of cat beds up there for him.
Well, he's getting her belly he played with.
Actually, I'm surprised we're supposed to get like thunderstorms tomorrow night.
We get more snow tomorrow.
Sammy, can I have this so I can see what we're getting?
Purple's getting up to 1/2 inch or more of ice.
We have a lot of ice and snow here, and we haven't seen that here in like 13 years. But no one is prepared.
I am really, really disappointed with how little we've gotten this year. I mean, I want a good one that I get at least 8 inches to a foot.
See, that means something totally different in Florida.
Anything over 7 inches is really wasted.
Not on me, it isn't.
You're not that deep.
Oh, yeah. I proved I was before transitioning.
Oh, in that way. Well, anybody can take 3 feet that way. Yes.
So, Jenny, you said that Purple's getting 1/2 inch of ice. I thought ice agents were typically taller than that.
If you run over them enough, you can spread them real thin.
Not that we endorse such activity here.
Well, it's because they only have 1/2 inch that they try to compensate.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately,
There you
we do have some of them wandering around town here, too.
I know someone who once thought about joining ICE, but unfortunately he tested positive for IQ.
That was part of my thing earlier today. My encounter with a couple of the other residents here, and one of them was saying that, that the Somali people had ruined the city, and I asked what they had done. And she said, well, they're sucking up our resources. And I said that, I've seen a lot of them, holding legitimate jobs and all. And she says, oh, really, where? And it's like, you've obviously never been into Walmart. It's like 3/4 of their staff are Somali people.
I was going to say, I don't think I can't see Somali immigration being a huge problem in most places of the United States. I never got why it was such a big deal for Trump.
Yeah. And well, again, they're here, they're working regularly, and they're taking the minimum wage jobs. I'm sorry, Sammy, but I need that.
This whole thing seems like it has about the same legitimacy as they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what it is with Somalis? There are only a few, and they're not dangerous to Trump.
They're
I have an answer for that one, and it's Ilhan Omar. That's why.
Yeah.
You know, she didn't put up with any shit and gave Trump a ration. So therefore, since he doesn't particularly care for anybody that isn't melanin impaired,
Now Sammy's mad that I took the trackball.
They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. Yes, it was a ukulele.
Well, the next show I will vacuum the cat. I promise.
Actually, the cat I had many years ago, Tasha, she actually loved being vacuumed. Anytime I pulled out the hand vac, she ran over for it.
Well, I also see cats that ride on their Roombas.
This cat is we have these vacuum cleaners that roll over the ground with a hose attached to it, you know. And when he sees it, he attacks it. He loves it. We can go through a whole window through the room, and the cat jumps on it, and he's weird. But you've seen him. He's now waiting for me to play with him again.
Cats are not weird. They're perfectly normal for cats. Humans just don't understand them.
I understand him. She understands me as well. And I learned that on TikTok. There was this guy who explained cat sounds, and if I make them, okay, the cat understands, but he also looks at me, and you know there are 24 grammatical mistakes in that, right?
Is this like how last night I realized I could basically say in Spanish, sometimes I forget to practice Spanish, but a belligerent owl reminds me.
Hey, I can speak fluent cat. I can't comprehend what they're saying, but I can speak it.
I always say I can fluid speak gibberish.
See, the thing is, I think for Athena, a lot of meow depends on context. I have to pick up where she is.
Yeah. But you know what it really is with cats? Cats starts with oh, and then the sound goes up. And that means, are you coming? He looks at me. That means literally, are you coming? He says it to me, and I know, hey, you want something. And so there are more of these sounds. Yeah, they don't have a very big vocabulary, but it works.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of it's body language, and you can tell their general mood mostly by watching the tail.
Yeah.
For example, I know Athena wants treats if she meows at me, and especially if she's over by the cabinet door, like pawing at it, trying to get where the treats are.
Oh, it's even easier than that for a cat. You know they want treats if they exist.
Oh, she won't turn down treats, and she knows she knows that English word, but...
Yep.
And I think she's learned, like, the English...
We all know cats don't have owners. Cats have butlers.
Yeah,
I also think she's learned the phrase, like, it's the holiest day on the feline calendar. Because she knows that precedes moist cat food.
Yeah, I just stocked up for the cats. they had tuna on sale, and when it dropped down to less than $1 a can, that's like 30% cheaper than the wet cat food. So I bought 2 cases of it.
I bought some tuna to see if Athena would eat it. I forgot to use it.
Well, I bought just 1 can, and I came home and I tried it to make sure that Tasha would. And it's like she ate some of it. She left some in her dish, but a couple hours later it was all gone. So one of them ate it. But when I bought the 2 cases of tuna at the grocery store, I felt sorry for the cashier because apparently they didn't have one of the things, to type in, like 10 times and scan the can. So she had to scan one of the cans 96 times.
Then you paid in pennies.
No.
I probably should start grabbing up all the pennies I can find and then sell them back to stores for $1 each.
I once paid my rent in pennies.
Everyone's the penny, I don't know. It's one of those things where the penny needed to die in its current form. Because
the penny costs more to mint than it is worth.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah, Trump.
Metal price is higher than metal price is higher than the monetary price.
Yep.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, exactly.
Trump wants his price on the currency. And I think it might be appropriate to put his picture on the penny. Because
make a half penny with it.
You can't use it for anything. It's completely worthless these days.
Yeah.
And it's more expensive than it's worth.
Yep. Well, as far as the mint was concerned, it was still worthwhile. Just because, how many times the penny would circulate.
Yeah, but when these Dutch pennies were still made of copper, people just got them, put them in a furnace, melt them in copper bars, and they were like 60, 70 times more worth as copper bars. That's why they got them out of circulation, because you don't find them anymore.
Yeah.
And the new pennies that we got with the euro, they're just pieces of iron with a little bit copper thingy over it.
Yeah, well, that's the U.S. pennies for decades have been mostly zinc with just a thin copper coating.
Yeah. But these we have are magnetic. Pennies don't have to be magnetic. Copper isn't magnetic.
And zinc isn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would have to be some kind of a ferrous alloy.
Yeah, it has to be something very cheap.
I think it'd be hard pressed to even find a metal that's cheap enough to make it for less than a penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even our euros are made of 2 different parts. Because if you heat them up, if you heat the euro up in a flame, and at the right temperature, give it a little tick in the middle falls out. There are videos of that.
What you ought to do is, if you're going to start saving old pennies, only save pennies made before 1980. And keep in mind that 1 pound is 453 grams, and each penny is 3 grams. And you'll be able to make money off of those.
Oh, there were people collecting those old pennies just for melt value for years.
Oh, I have been for a long time.
Yeah, 1980 though I think is kind of late. I think they stopped. I think even then that they were being made as sandwich coins with a cheaper filler.
Not the pennies. Everything else was. but not pennies.
See, copper. And when the copper price is rising, sell.
Hmm.
Oh, it's rising.
Aluminum might be a good metal to make pennies out of. That'd be you'd be able to get less than a penny's worth out of that.
Not really. Especially with the tariffs.
I think we should mint pennies from Trump's golden toilet.
Depends on the source of the metal, Mage. Some forms of aluminum are much more worthy than your average soda can.
Aluminium,
If you prefer.
or however the Brits pronounce it.
It's aluminium, but I'm at an American audience, so I didn't want to confuse anybody.
Aluminium.
Listen, we didn't win the Revolutionary War just so we could go with the British pronunciations. We're going to dictate how English is pronounced to the entire world.
Yeah, you're going to talk Americanese. So what happened to Americanese?
Americanese.
Yeah, Jenny, you were right. I Googled it. And it was 1982 that actually some of the pennies made in 1982 were still 95% copper. But some of them made later in the year had already switched over being 97% zinc with a copper coating.
Jenny is a kind of a walking, a living encyclopedia. She knows everything.
There's just trivia I remember.
Yeah, but it's just nice to hear this stuff.
Yeah, I thought that they had stopped making them out pure copper a lot earlier than that.
But it's still worth more as zinc than copper still. I mean, zinc is worth more than the face value.
But if you're going to do that with pennies, you need to check every penny that you have for what date it is, and whether or not it has certain flaws that are valuable. Because there's some pennies that can be worth $100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All I was just doing was suggesting finding all the modern pennies you have and selling them back to the stores for more than a penny when they say it's like we. Never mind.
My dad was a penny collector. That's where I got it from, and he had come upon over all his years finally one of the most valuable pennies in 1909 called a VDBS. VDB was the designer and S is the mint, and they're very rare, and he got one in very good condition. And then my little brother turned into a drug crazed human and stole my dad's coin set and sold it. That coin at the time was worth about $30,000.
Damn.
That's painful.
And he got a couple hundred for the entire collection of coins.
Oh.
I think some of the steel pennies from World War II are actually pretty valuable too.
Yes, those have gone up very much. Very much.
Yeah, my nephew is collecting coins, and he's got a steel penny.
I've got a bill of 50 million Deutschmark. From before World War II, from the Weimar Republic, that they had such high inflation that they couldn't. The money wasn't even worth the paper with it was printed on.
Yeah, I wonder about collector value. I've actually got some Italian money from World War II.
No, Italian money is not worth anything brand new. It's
this one's from the Weimar Republic.
I know it's not worth anything, as far as the face value, but I just wonder as World War II memorial, as World War II memorabilia. Yeah, if it's worth something to some collectors.
You know what
that's from when my uncle was in World War II.
You know what I have hanging on the wall here? A note of $100 trillion.
From Zimbabwe?
Yeah,
I heard about that.
I got one from a friend of mine who was there. He said, I have something, and he gave me here. Now you're officially a trillionaire. And they said, can you buy for it? I said, perhaps a Happy Meal? But now they are quickly had taken them from relation. So probably this thing is worth like $15 now. Still nothing. I even had a bet on YouTube with in an Ivy video to everyone who could prove that the Earth was flat. I have $100 trillion reward for you if you have. And she even had me dig it up, and then I held it in front of the camera. Yep, this is
The real legal tender.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, proofs only exist in the realm of mathematics and computer science and logic. So they're never going to prove the Earth is flat. So.
Yeah, but there was this thing, this answer on this flat Earth millionaire and Nathan Thompson that offered $1 million for proof of that the Earth is round.
I don't think there's
and
a flat.
Is there are videos. Look it up. By Nathan Thompson and flat Earth millionaire.
I'm not. I'm not going to look up flat Earth videos because, first of all, I don't think they believe they're garbage.
I have a song. I have this song that's called Nathan's Blues, and I'm still trying to find a clip with it. It tells us his story that about when he went to this school and when he was yelling at these children, the Earth is flat, and so. And then they said, and he is not even the only Nathan. There is a set of 3. All they are and dishonest they can be as can be.
I couldn't believe that stunt of how he thought going and trying to give his pamphlets out to what were they, 4th or 5th graders,
and they were laughing at him.
Yeah.
Now, was he the same one that got kicked out of a Starbucks for harassing a NASA employee or astronaut?
I don't know.
I hadn't heard about that incident.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Thompson was going around the local parks harassing NASA employees when I lived in Virginia.
But my favorite flat Earth interaction of all time was from someone who runs the channel called Maritime Horrors, where he just said, it's like, some of you thought I was being a little rude to flat earthers in my last video about the SS Eastland. And he was like, good, I was. Because he was a navigator in the Coast Guard. It's like, every navigator I know thinks flat earthers are idiots.
Yeah, like our friend Tiny Captain.
Yep.
He goes all over the world, and he is.
He once told a story about how a ship's officer said they were a flat earther. They were stripped of all duties and shipped him.
They don't want to have personnel that are flat earthers because they're dangerous to the cargo.
Yeah.
No, I had more for doing with that idiot expat Taffy that was saying that the moon landings were fake.
No, I just think it was funny. Like this guy that was a navigator in the Coast Guard, and he's now working as a navigator on a Great Lakes schooner. He's like, "Good, I meant to insult them."
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's like not diplomatic. It's just like, nope, I absolutely meant to do this.
Yeah.
Twitter has fucked with the algorithm, and for some time now, I've been just getting inundated with Christian bullshit, commenting on my tweets and things. These people are just so fucking brain dead.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't bother with the public areas of Twitter.
Ivy is at war at the moment on Twitter.
You know, I've heard war. War never
Yeah,
changes.
Yeah, but this Ivy is
Yeah.
always Ivy's gate goes all these accounts of these trans girls off, and she goes completely off the rails with these trans haters saying, "You're a guy, you will always be a guy," and you know how she does it? Very friendly. What has
Actually,
she done? What has she done that you have to talk like this? And then, does your mother know this? And that kind of stuff.
on
That
Clapper,
doesn't stop them. They don't care.
Of course not, but it is funny to make them look like idiots.
on
Because
Clapper,
I got a lot of likes.
on Clapper, I had someone comment recently, "Are you a guy or a girl?" So I just replied yes, and I with an ad followed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, I assume you don't understand propositional logic to understand why my answer to your question is correct. I haven't heard from him, so hopefully it shut him up. It's like, are you a guy or a girl? It's like, yeah, I'm one of those, so I have to answer yes according to the Or Truth table.
My favorite haters are still the ones who proclaim that this whole trans thing is just a current fad.
Yeah.
And I asked them, and that kids are being talked into being trans and all that. And I just asked them, well, okay, then explain to me who convinced me to be trans in 1961.
Listen.
Yeah.
Do you think teachers who can't transition students from remedial math to regular math can transition someone from a boy to a girl?
And Trump is still saying that crap.
Yeah.
Just send your kids to school and they'll send you back sex change.
Okay, and MAGA, listen up. If you send your daughter to school and you get a son back, send that kid back. You picked up the wrong child.
Yeah, Jenny, I've been handling it the same way as you said. You know, it's like, if they think it's just, a trend or a social contagion, like they're calling it, then, explain why there are women who are, in their 40s and 50s and above who are transitioning.
Yeah, I mean, when they do go through that whole thing, oh, you send your kid to school, they come back some other sex. It's like, well, if only it were that easy,
Yeah, if only I could have gotten all this done in one day. I've been working at it 3.5 years and it's not finished yet.
Have you heard the latest thing? The latest thing is that men who don't want to date women anymore because they're selfish, entitled bitches are starting to get interested in trans girls because they don't have that, because they are honest, they have no hidden agenda, and if you see them on Twitter, they are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just need to ask a clarifying question. Now, when you said they're selfish, entitled bitches, were you referring to the men who do this or the women they're complaining about?
Yeah, the women. These women.
Never mind.
These women want to marry a millionaire, and then
I think you missed it.
I got you, Porpoise, and I agree.
Yeah. That is how I'm always talking about regular women.
Well, regular.
Us who are unleaded.
I think they meant those who keep a regular bowel schedule.
Something. But you know what I mean, like these feminists and stuff. These man haters.
He's talking about the ones who are on the social media saying it's your job to basically use a dude as a paycheck rather than as a meaningful relationship.
Yeah, I think for some reason YouTube, in the little bar on the side where it's suggesting new channels to you, that it keeps suggesting, videos that are like anti-feminists and just anti-women in general. And I don't know why it's throwing those at me or thinking I'd be interested in those.
Probably because the algorithm doesn't really take which side you're onto if you've responded to like other content. Like sometimes, like if I watch like the atheist channels, I'll get like Christian recommendations
Yeah.
because a lot of atheists do watch those channels. Or sometimes if I just see what stupid thing did Matt Powell do this hour.
But it's stupid 4chan shit that I can tell just from the title that this is not a real story. You know, that this is something that never happened.
And then most of these stories is clickbait, and I'm also accusing Midas Touch of that, using clickbait, because when I see the chimp loses it when this, chimp loses it when that, and when you hear the story, he didn't lose it at all. It is just clickbait. And if you keep doing that, then you become a part of the fake news that they say they are not. Don't use clickbait.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is a plague on YouTube.
Yeah, don't tell me Trump officials have gotten fired unless they've actually been fired. I hate that.
Yeah, I keep seeing, things from the news stations, that say, like, this is the big one, or this is it for Trump. It's like, no, with all the shit he's gotten away with, until I actually see him being arrested, I'm not believing any of that.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all waiting for the big, beautiful obituary.
Yeah, I would just want to say that,
yeah. I can't wait for that.
Trump is one of those people that makes you wish there really was a hell.
Yeah.
Because, he's going to die before anybody can do anything. So he's going to have gotten away with all of it.
Yeah. And even if you give him if he gets for the trial for the tribunal, and he gets 5 years in prison, no, that would be a life sentence because he would die before he finished it.
Yeah.
So you don't have to punish him that bad. Don't give him 1,000 years. You just give him 5 years and let him go in peace.
Do you see that Jimmy Kimmel did a bit where he filled out the cognitive impairment essay like Trump has done 4 times and aced every time?
Yeah. And he doesn't know why he gets this cognitive test. It is just to see how fast his dementia progresses.
Yep.
That is why you get them.
Yeah, Trump for some reason thinks those are IQ tests or something.
Yeah.
That it's supposed to prove how brilliant he is. Yeah.
They're tracking his decline.
Yeah, but if he gets 29 of 30 points and he still has an IQ of 29.
Oh.
No. I'm pretty sure the last time Trump took an IQ test, it was negative. I think it makes more sense to refer to Trump's IQ as like medical tests. You're either positive or negative.
Yeah.
But he's starting to talk more and more nonsense, and he is.
I'm sorry, but
he's now coming in his child time, and then he glows up, and then he stops remembering everyone, and then
Well, I have to wonder though, for him to have sent a fleet down to Venezuela and a squad of ground troops, how many people in the administration had to know about that?
No, everyone who went there.
But
It is not him alone.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
just how many people had to be involved in that order, going through,
Yeah, the whole line of command.
and it's like, how could any of them have not been aware that this was going to be an international crime?
We all did.
Yeah.
And they think that Daddy Trump will pardon them if it comes to it. But what if Daddy Trump isn't there anymore?
Yeah, well, also, Daddy Trump doesn't give a shit. He's proven that, too.
Yeah.
Although he
And why
pardoned
does
the
anyone call him daddy?
Yeah, I don't know.
Now someone playing with a bass guitar.
I think that was Porpoise.
And it should have been muted.
Is it the bass guitar?
No, it's her ukulele.
Oh, I have one of these ukuleles. Two ukuleles. I have a bass guitar. I have an SG model. I have a Stratocaster model. I have several Spanish guitars, and
Doesn't have space on the wall.
I have a piano. I have a digital piano. I have I have a shitload of amplifiers. I don't even know where to put them.
All right.
Yeah,
I even have a complete PA. And what do I do with it? Nothing.
I think it's time for an intervention. I'm going to introduce a new instrument to you that will take up much less space.
And that
It's
is,
called the harmonica.
yeah, I have that too.
I have one of those too.
Yeah, blues harps in A and in D and in C, and I have a chromonica.
Okay, you have more harmonicas than I do. I only have 4, but
Ned, did you hear about the woman who killed her husband with his guitar collection?
Yeah.
She was when she was brought to court, the judge asked her first offender. She said, "No, first a Gibson, then offender."
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, stop the stupidity, says Fox News calls him daddy.
There was an ex-prime minister here who called him daddy, and he got his ass kicked out.
I just have to wonder how many times that happened. Fox News gives me the vibe like a classroom full of teenagers. What do they call Trump behind his back?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, I just wonder. It just seems like, they're going to be polite to him like when he's there, but what do they say when he's not?
I have wondered about that, that like they support him when they're on the air, but yeah, what do they say in the break room when they're all off air?
Well, didn't we get some email leaks out of Fox News at one point?
I don't think Bill O'Reilly's habits with his employees are going to help us with Donald Trump very much.
Yeah, I just have to think that, when there aren't any cameras around, that they're, saying stuff like, "Can you believe people actually think this shit is real?"
Well, I do remember something about Fucker Carlson and having some nasty things to say about Trump in private emails.
Find the suitcase on the left.
They all know what he is. They don't because they got a paycheck. They could too.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why they call a guitar an axe, a battle axe.
Yep.
No, I generally have more camera equipment than I have musical instruments. It's just, I thought I should learn a new musical instrument. So,
well, I did still have my plan that I could be wealthy overnight. I was trying to get Denmark to declare Lego their national currency.
Oh yeah.
And that would immediately make me one of the 10 richest people in the world.
Oh, Perp, did you see the new Lego sets that are starting to show up? that have actual electronics built inside of them, and
Yeah,
they can
well,
communicate and stuff.
it's just this one brick with a computer chip that does sound effects and things.
Oh, is that the radio I saw at Myers a couple?
Well, no, it is a little more sophisticated than just random sound effects,
Hello.
because there are minifigs that have microchips in it, so it can tell which minifigs are close by, and it'll do different stuff, and it'll do the voices of some of the characters.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Wait, this may not be the same thing, but I did see there's a Lego radio you can get.
I have a Lego motor.
You mean one that looks like an old time radio?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been doing a collection of those.
And
There was one that was a typewriter, and there was one that was a Polaroid camera before.
And the one that baffles me the most is the decorative plant Legos.
Yeah, those have been amazingly popular.
I was tempted to pick up a Lego Optimus Prime until I realized it's I don't need this.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have the money to spend on them, but there's a lot of sets that I would like.
I'm blown away at how expensive some of those Lego sets are.
Yeah. Well, that's the main thing that the fans have been complaining about, and these new computer bricks they're doing, that they had just unveiled them at the Consumer Electronics Show, and so far the fan response to them, from what I've seen, has been universally negative. Nobody likes them, and they're just, they know that they're going to wind up jacking up the prices of Lego for Lego to cover these things.
Yeah, well, some of those kits I've seen $500 for a bunch of Legos. That's insane.
Yeah, well, they've had kits that have run, I think, $1,000 already. I think we've gone past the $1,000 mark.
Yeah, that's total bullshit. There's no way they can justify materials cost for that.
Mindstorms have always been quite expensive.
Yeah, well, the material cost isn't the thing. I think a lot of the cost, goes into the design process.
But hey, who buys the most Lego?
We already established that I
who
do.
were pensioners, they love it. Pensioners and architects.
Yeah.
And did you remember that there was a few years ago there was a shortage of crayons in the world because every man in his middle age went suddenly go coloring pages and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
No, there was a shortage of crayons because Mega started.
Are you sure that wasn't because
They kept eating them all and shoving them up their nose?
Really? I thought that was because the United States Marine Corps recruits kept eating them.
Well, I do think that one of the most practical inventions in my lifetime is that they came up with soy-based crayons. It's we know the kids are going to eat them. We might as well make them nutritious.
Athena, why do you keep wanting to knock my NOAA weather radio off the windowsill?
Because it's on the windowsill and that's her territory.
That's true. That there is no fighter up because they would have knocked it all off the edge.
Yep. Yeah, Commander, you've picked up an echo now.
Echo, echo, echo.
It's not horrible, and we can still understand you and all, but I don't know where it came from because you weren't doing it before.
All right.
Oh.
The model toy I want to get, it's not a toy. The model I want to get is you see these ads on Twitter and stuff for this Cison, Cison, I think it is, V8 model that you can build that self-sustained runs.
Oh yeah.
I want one of those so bad. I could
Yeah.
build it without the instructions.
But you have to
Well,
be very careful because there is a lot of faking in the world. Yeah.
Native Atheist was just bringing this up too, that they made a life-size Bugatti, that people could actually sit in.
What model Bugatti?
Like this guy in India who made one of wood.
Oh, I saw that one. That's great.
Yeah.
What a
It was
craftsman.
beautiful.
I was just thinking, well, if you want a car made out of wood, just go buy a Morgan.
Yeah. And you can go to the factory. You can just go to the factory and ask for a tour, and they give it to you.
I actually saw a vintage VW Beetle. I think it was like a 72 or a 74. That was for sale here, and it really wasn't that expensive.
I have to use them.
My brother did a job for an estate, going through the person's inventory of car junk and setting prices and things. And as his payment, they gave him a what year is that again? 66, I believe it is, Volkswagen Bug. That's in absolutely pristine, perfectly restored condition, 100%.
Yep.
Nice.
And it's like, this little fuck, he doesn't deserve that. I deserve that.
Hey, Jenny.
So, is this
Jenny, have you seen? Did you watch Stranger Things? The series. There's one of these guys riding in a BMW 7 something, and I really love that car.
Yeah, well, they're big pigs and they wreck my back, so I hate them.
Yeah, that's something. BMW can make really, really great cars, but they're not so great in making really good seats.
Why do I have a feeling if you were offered any cars, it would be like the recent offer I got where someone was asking me, do I want a Sun file server? And I almost said, I very much wanted
I'm
to say,
sharing a picture of the Bugatti made out of Lego.
Oh, okay.
I very much wanted to say yes to the Sun file server, but I had to say no because, like, where would I put it?
Oh, that one's low.
That would be fun
I'll
to have,
get a
though,
better
Clark.
one.
I collected old Macintosh computers for a time, and
It wouldn't be a collection. I've just always wanted a Sun computer.
for a long time, I think it was up through maybe 5 years ago, a guy had his Mac Plus, 1984 Mac Plus, running a website, and you could actually log into an old Mac Plus.
I had a collection of Commodore computers right up until 2008.
I've always wanted to get one of these Raspberry Pis.
Yeah.
And fuck with those things.
My original, my first Commodore 64 is actually right now in a computer museum in Chicago. That was the first computer I ever bought.
And you know what these Commodores are really good for?
Paperweights?
No, live code cracking of video encryption.
Really?
This is the shop where they made the Bugatti.
I once been in Mexico. I once been to a cafe, and they were watching Dutch television. The football and stuff, And he said, "How did you do that? That signal is encrypted." And he said, "Come, I will show you." And then he showed his son, who had 2 Commodore 64s running, calculating the new encryption key, and it just worked. 2 Commodore 64s, and it was in 2004 or something.
Okay, just for decrypting a TV station. I can see that. Oh, I got by. Oh,
Oh, you did that in Bayron. If you saw them on in Top Gear back then, and super and very expensive cars, and a few months later you get all these videos on YouTube of idiots in the car of that idiots that totaled these Bayrons and unbelievable. They just,
well, there's
that's,
that famous video of two rich kids that got Ferraris from a dealership to take on a test drive. And they had the bright idea of racing them on the city streets. And in a short time, managed to total both of them.
There is no Ferrari dealer anywhere that would give an adolescent a Ferrari for a test drive. It's just not going to happen. They want older people to put down a deposit before they let you inside one of those.
I have seen video of it. You know, and
It is ridiculous that they do that.
the guys were maybe they were 18, but that was about it.
Yeah, I not questioning what you've observed, but I question the veracity of the whole story. That's just not going to. I mean, I know Ferrari dealers and these kind of people, and they're just not going to do that because adolescents are fucking stupid.
they won't even let you close.
Well, I gotta pack up and head for home. But it's been fun hanging out.
It's good to see you, Steph.
Good to see you. I
Okay.
hope you got your project done, whatever you were sewing there.
It's an ongoing process, but I'll keep doing it
You be
tomorrow.
careful of this weather that's coming at you.
Oh yeah, hey.
I had an adventurous drive to work today, so.
About one thing more. I also have a sewing machine. Ask Commander.
Yeah.
Well, now hold on. I got to interrupt before it changes. This arrangement you have of Windows is excellent. Why haven't you been doing this all along?
Because I'm a Linux user.
No, I was just clicking through the different ones that it had there, and I had not seen this one before. So yeah, this layout makes all the icons a little bigger.
So Perp has been holding out on us.
No, Perp is just an idiot about StreamYard.
See, now why did you change it back?
I was just comparing. You know, Mage understands this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's all just zeros and ones underneath. Relax, it's fine.
Yeah.
You don't need to know what all those zeros and ones are doing, what they represent.
I don't need to know how this stuff works. That's what I've got Mage here for.
The zeros and ones are dancing.
You can trust us computer people to understand what those are for.
And we don't even understand.
And we have no hidden agenda with that at all.
I thought it was zeros and ones. Where did 4 get into it?
It's a shortcut for binary, base 4, just like base 8 and base 16. Also, why is YouTube trying to show me a video about the Paul Hartwick Eartha?
I don't know.
You know, I had wondered about what if instead of binary computers, what if we had trinary computers? Because you could pack more, into fewer bytes.
Well, first of all, I doubt you'd be using bytes on base 3 computers.
Quantum computers.
It's a binary because the things that actually make it work, the little secret transistors in there, only know on and off, which is binary.
Going on and off, yeah.
I was just wondering, though, with DC current, that couldn't you check for 3 states that it could be positive, negative, or 0?
Well, then you'll have to redesign the transistor.
Okay. First off, there's a common misunderstanding that no power is going through the line when it's representing 0. They do use electrical pressure, which is what voltage is, but they use a lower voltage.
Yeah.
Lately.
Yeah, a transistor isn't switching on and off. It's switching from one base to another base. So base, collector, and emitter are the 3 poles of a transistor.
Okay.
Like I say, you have an equipment. You can have a 0, 1, or a superposition.
So the electric door.
But if you're asking, can we have computers that use something other than binary? Yeah, the analytical engine, if it had been built, would have used base 10. The reason we used base 2, and actually Leibniz was one of the first ones to propose it for the early calculators, was that using base 2 reduced the number of parts needed.
Okay, so it's just an issue of simplifying the hardware.
And not to mention, when Claude Shannon started to simplify the Bell telephone switching network, he used something known as Boolean algebra, where the answers are all 0 or 1.
Okay.
This is just logic.
Oh, I feel like shit.
Are you soft and mushy or hard and difficult to get out?
I just can't tell you how horrible I feel. Yesterday, what I didn't include in my little blurb on the chat was that they're beginning to think that I've damaged my entire GI system.
Oh, that's not good.
They took care of the ulcers, of course, and the bleeding has stopped, but my guts have not been operating correctly since. And if I eat anything within an hour, I'm having horrible cramps. No matter what I eat.
Yeah, I saw that part in the chat.
And I'm only eating every other day because it takes that long for the cramping to go away.
Yeah, and you said you lost 30 pounds in just a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good to ever shed weight that fast, even if you're trying.
Oh. My hemoglobin is at least stable, so they know that they've stopped the bleeding.
That's good.
But it's not going up.
Yeah, so you still have to go in for infusions.
Yeah.
Oh, suck on a nail every so often. You should be fine.
That's exactly what I suggested to the doctor. She didn't get it, and I had to remind her that nails are made out of iron.
Yeah.
But I did have a friend who actually took iron supplements. They're actually like little tablets or something that they had to swallow. It's actually iron.
Yeah, if you take a box of cereal sometime and mush it on down to its finest, almost a powder.
Yep.
And dump it in water and let it sit there for a while, and you will begin to see little particles of iron fall to the bottom of the vessel.
It's really neat when you take a magnet over it.
I was gonna say if you just grind it all to a powder and you put it on a sheet of paper and run a magnet under it, all the iron will collect on the magnet.
Yep. Yeah, they're basically iron filings that they bake onto the flakes.
Yep.
Stop the stupid. Water gives me cramps too. Everything does. If it gets down past my stomach, I have cramps.
That's not good. That really is not good.
Well, I don't know if it'll work in your case, but I know that catnip tea is good for cramping.
Yeah, I'll be sticking with the pharmaceuticals for now. There's just too much unsureness of what's going on.
Well, if they'll give you something that's going to help that, but yeah, you do of course have to worry about interactions with any of your medications.
This new doctor I started with in hematology, she's a very, very nice woman. She just very gentle and caring. She's obviously from India by her accent and appearance.
From India.
And she made the comment to me. She says, "Well, one thing, based on your lab numbers, you need to eat more meat." And I just looked at her and I said, "Isn't that a little sacrilegious for you to suggest?"
Well, that's why I was thinking, with what you posted is, what you really need is to eat red meat. But then again, these days, who can afford it?
Well, like I was saying,
Well,
if you go for B12 supplements, put it under. They use the stuff that dissolves under your tongue.
no, thank you. I can't stand the taste of medication dissolving under my tongue.
It's not medication; it's a vitamin.
Oddly enough,
medication.
Pork hasn't gone up as much as beef or even chicken, which baffles me. But
Yeah, the pork is still relatively cheap.
Well, that's because it's made out of old Republicans.
Yes.
Not worth much.
But living with my late fiance, one of our staples was the pork shoulders. Excuse me, because those were going on sale for 99 cents a pound all the time. And I just, I'd cook them in the crock pot and they just kind of, flake apart. And I made pulled pork out of them all the time.
all right, another good thing to do is put just a little bit of water, maybe some seasoning. Get a couple cans of green beans, put them in the crock pot, put the pork shoulders in, put some potatoes in, and just let it sit until the potatoes are soft and the meat comes off. Good Pennsylvania Dutch food.
Well, you say just let it sit. I find it works better if you plug the crock pot in.
Yes, don't let it sit. Make sure the heat is on.
Actually, I find
I unfortunately can't stand long enough without getting dizzy to do any cooking. So I'm reduced to cold sandwiches and things that I can do sitting down. So I'm eating a lot of liver sausage.
Yeah, that makes it tough.
It'll help you with the iron.
Limits what you can do.
Theoretically. But that's also pretty intense cramps after that stuff too. So I'm so fucked. I think I'm gonna die. Actually, to be honest.
Well, I really think that you should put off dying until you are certain you have exhausted all other options.
I wasn't speaking by my own hand.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that you should put it off regardless of how it happens. See, that's why I'm going to live past 100, because if there's one thing I'm good at, it's procrastinating.
Well, put some requests into Beelzebub for me then.
Is this like pointing out in my quest for immortality I've been successful so far?
It looks like it.
Yeah, well, that's the secret of a long life, is just to put off dying as long as possible. So if I just procrastinate and I don't get around to dying for at least another 40 years, I'll be in the triple digits.
The thing is, I'm also enough of a cynic to think the more I complain, the
there
more...
has been this really, really long study, and that has came out with the statement that widows outlive their husbands. Oh,
Yes, by definition, widows outlive their husbands.
Well, and I have so far. I have outlived my late fiance.
Yeah.
So I do check myself off as being a widow on all the forms that ask about marital status.
Here's the thing. After being a journalist for at least nearly a decade, I'm cynical enough to realize the more I complain, the longer God is going to let me live.
Yeah.
If there is a God.
As punishment.
With my father, I had always had the image that it was, God and the devil playing poker, and the loser had to take him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think either one of them would have wanted him around.
I'll procrastinate later.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get around to it next week.
Oh.
Maybe. God. Well, why don't we wrap it up here? We've been going 2.5 hours exactly right now.
That's good.
So let's go around. Porpoise, you have any final words? Anything you want to plug?
If you want to follow me on Clapper, it's Mad Computer Scientist. I'm getting close to 5K followers there.
Nice.
Which amazes. Well, Clapper's kind of weird because as long as you keep commenting, if you have like any videos, people will follow you. So don't get that, but it's the app. So
yeah, but 5,000 followers. You haven't been doing it very long. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, just follow me over there. It's just silly jokes.
Yep.
She's got a bunch of trans chasers. Go.
No, I do not.
Well, isn't Clapper like Twitter with fewer idiots?
No, it's more like TikTok without the teenagers.
Okay.
Oh, we have to keep going. Bree just showed up. Hi, Bree.
Oh, hi, Bree.
Hello.
Ned, you have any final words on anything we went over today?
No, not really. I've said already way too much, I think.
Well, we can have you on again so you can just rant for an hour about your collection of musical instruments.
Oh, don't tempt me.
Do you have a skin flute?
And he's got microphones and a whole bunch of other stuff. The entire upstairs is just used electronic parts. Everything.
Okay, Jenny. You have any words you want to throw in here? Or?
Yeah. Whatever you do, folks, do not exceed the recommended dosing of NSAIDs. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
And be sure to have at least a sandwich with your NSAIDs.
At least, unless your name is Donald Trump, in which case keep doing what you're doing and like quadruple your dose of aspirin.
Yeah, I am concerned myself about the NSAIDs because I wind up taking ibuprofen almost every day for my arthritis.
Yeah, we'll switch to Tylenol.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, Tylenol doesn't do anything. And I've mentioned this to my doctor a couple of times and asked if there was any alternative, and he can't give me anything else for it. But
Yeah, the alternative for rheumatoid arthritis is basically to suppress your immune system.
Yeah, but I get a lot of days that my hands get so tight. Without taking something for them, I wouldn't be able to type.
Mm-hmm.
And that includes low-dose chemotherapy for rheumatoid arthritis.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
that suppresses your immune system.
That's why I'm glad my autoimmune disease is treated with just thyroid replacement hormones.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I came across this very brief notation that science has announced that it has found that it has broken the code of muscular sclerosis.
Oh, really?
And they have found that there are 2 bacteria in your biome that can cause it.
Yeah.
The discovery is going to completely change the entire thought process of what is multiple sclerosis and a lot of what is our biome.
Yeah, Slothgirl had MS, and that's why during COVID I was really worried because she had a compromised immune system.
Oh, that's something you might try. A purple CBD oil. I found it helped me be able to reduce the amount of NSAIDs I was having to take for my arthritis.
That shit's expensive.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, but still.
It is expensive. I did wind up getting a sample of a cream with CBD oil in it. That I just rubbed into my hands, and it did help.
Yeah, I was taking a tincture myself, but
Jenny, what were you saying?
Trump is he's fucking schizophrenic. But on one hand, he's saying that we have to ban all of these THC products
oh jeez.
out there.
Yep.
But at the same time, he's changed marijuana from a Schedule 1 to a Schedule 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Are we sure this is Trump? Because I'm not convinced. Sorry, a lot of like the Trump construction projects just seem like someone going, "Hey, Grandpa, here's something you can do to keep you busy while we try to like take over the country over here."
Yeah, something like that.
I can see that, and I could see that some of the executive orders were just his kids saying, Dad, if you can sign this, we make more money.
Not sure of it.
So, Commander, you have anything coming up? Anything you want to add?
Yeah. Tomorrow we got PSA. It's late here, so like my brain is already farting out.
Yeah. Yeah, it's close to 11 o'clock where you are, isn't it?
Yeah, and tomorrow we're gonna be on at 11 o'clock. And also there's a feedback. So I'm trying to, you know how it's hard to talk when there's feedback and you hear yourself?
You know what it is?
It's Ned. Looks like
Ned.
we're getting feedback from Ned.
Yep, we're getting an echo from Ned when Commander's talking.
It's not an echo. It's the ukulele.
No, an echo and the ukulele.
Yeah, we're.
Here, sorry.
I'm gonna mute Ed. Go ahead, Commander.
So we are going to be having a thing tomorrow. And I finally got the model of the Kraken finished and optimized to the point where it can be used in rendering viewport at 24 frames per second. So I'm going to start on some more stuff. And hopefully Slim and Blameless will be there if anyone wants a link to make fun of drunk Karens and cops. It would be an honor to have people to make fun of those idiots with.
Okay, so what time is that gonna be?
5 Eastern, 11 where I am PM.
Okay. So tomorrow, debut the Kraken.
I'll keep an eye out for it.
And we're having a stream tomorrow.
Okay, Mage, what have you got? What's happening with you?
Don't really have much going on. I've just been working on writing my story. We can start back up on the midnight shows if you like. I understand if Jenny can't make it, being in bad shape if you are.
Yeah. I was thinking that tomorrow night we could probably go back to doing the anime or movies or whatever.
Yeah. You can let me know if you.
I don't know. I'm not able. I seem to be not able to shake this pneumonia that I got.
Yeah, I understand. If you can't
Jenny,
make it.
we can discuss it offline, but maybe we could do it earlier.
Yeah, we can work on a different time if it helps.
Yeah, we can discuss that offline.
Okay.
So Journey, we kind of skipped over you there.
Okay. So for the Let Freedom Ring project, 2 people have dropped out. One person has been recruited, so still looking to recruit one more person.
We got to get a trans man in there.
Well, I'm certainly open to that. If you know anybody, let me know.
Yeah, at this point, Dr. Ben is the only one I can think of that I would know how to contact.
Yeah, yeah,
And Dr. Ben has the singing experience.
And I have talked to him, and basically real life stuff.
Yeah,
has limited him. I could touch base with him again and see if that has changed recently.
Yeah, well, he always has a pretty busy schedule.
You really, really need to get a trans man in there, because I guarantee that if you don't, you are going to get negative feedback like you will not believe. The trans man community is always left out of things, and they've become rather sensitive about it. And
Well, it's not like it's intentional here.
Yeah, well, I know a couple other who are on YouTube, but they're, I haven't really talked to them myself.
Well, I think there's one thing they've been largely left out that they're happy about, and that's the hate trans women are getting.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and some of them have been being great about that, especially the places that push bathroom bills, that these, guys with full beards are saying that, yeah, well, according to that law, I have to use the woman's room now.
Well, would one of those two would like to join in on the project? Contact Journey here.
Yeah.
Hive Sci, Bree, if you could convince one or both of them to come in, it would really be great.
If you need to make room, I'll be happy to step aside for one if need be.
Well, like I said, I've got an opening currently. And also still doing the job hunting thing. And I'm starting to get some nibbles now.
Yeah.
So I'll be checking
job
those,
hunting sucks.
Yeah. And also I've been working on some of the visual stuff for Let Freedom Ring, and that's been kind of fun.
Okay, well, with that, we will bid you all farewell. And just in this age of rampant stupidity, I just hope that you will all think for yourself.
Or, if you're going to be stupid, take Weird Al's advice. Dare to be stupid.
I have to go and watch that.
I still think one of the most epic movie scenes of all time was the Transformers movie with the Junkions riding into battle with Dare to Be Stupid playing.
Yes.
And, well, see, the Junkions were invincible because they actually have 3 transforming stages. They have the motorcycle, and they have the, humanoid robot, and their 3rd stage is actually just a pile of debris. So if you blast them to pieces, they literally just transform back to the next stage.
Are they the replicator from the SD1?
I hadn't thought of it. There could be a connection there. Okay, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Be yourself.
Don't get caught.
May the odds